of the eco-travelers are provided by the other countries is very important in the last prices to put the tax because the people don't know exactly if in each country apply taxes or not apply taxes.
I mean, okay, this, for example, what we do, we always include all the taxes already.
Yes,
this depends. You have to mention it. I mean, you will never send like this to the. Normally, when you send it out to the client, you have this Word document, and then at the end of the document, you have the price, and then below you state again what's included and what's not included, and then usually you mention the taxes as well, just to be clear. Yes.
I have a question on the terminology. There in the Excel sheet, you're talking about price. That means you have already marked up the cost.
Okay. For this exercise, I just wanted to because it's not important that you know the end price now. It's not important because the end price is just to summarize it together. Then you have the end price. Okay. So it's very easy. But actually, okay, it's a little bit confusing. But this one is actually not our cost. It's actually not our cost. It's just for this exercise to keep it simple, just to keep it easy. I say it's a cost, but in real we send exactly this one we send to the client, and it includes already our markup.
Okay, but then the question is, how do you define the markup? Basically, I mean, how would you judge what's the right markup?
Yes, this is the challenge you have, because this again affects your price. Because you have to know, first of all, of course, like we said before, you do a different price for the end client and for the tour operators, for example. You also can have, like you remember the slides, you have cost-based pricing, you can have demand-based pricing, or you can have dynamic pricing. It really depends. Here what we have, usually, for the land services, we have the coast, we have coast-based, and then for the whole year they're the same. Okay? And then for the hotel rates change, because the hotels, they never have the same rate for the whole year. So the hotel is demand-based, so it's a mix. Okay? You understand? You can follow me? So the land services are coast-based, and the land services are cost-based, and the hotel is demand-based. Depends on the high season and the low season. Yeah, and then we make it because we know the period exactly when it is. So this one is from the 1st to the 5th of January. We have the hotel contracts, which we have like for 1 year or so. So we have the prices, and we know this is the peak season, so it's the highest price of the hotel. So we put that price in our price list. You can see on the top there, the price list is like Puvao or Junior Suite, Garden View, single or double, 2 nights, and so on. And the rate is like $499.
Okay, but that's not how much you pay the hotel.
Sorry, that's not how much we pay the hotel.
So the price of the hotel
yes.
is your cost plus.
Yes, and here you have to really. I mean, I cannot tell you our exact markup because this is a secret. But it depends. It's a percentage. And it depends on your costs. It depends also on the competitors. It depends on the. It depends also on the demand. It's really a mix to get the. It's really complex. To get the price right in these kind of products.
But can you give them kind of an indication when you talk about markups to B2B markups and B2C markups? I mean, are we talking about B2B 1 to 5% or 10 to 15 or 20 to 30%?
This really also depends on your market. Because in Laos, Our markup is higher. Our markup is higher because you don't have many internet companies, you know, there are not many people who can just book it online. So we're a little bit protected, so we can have a higher markup. Whereas in Thailand, you have a lower markup, for sure, certainly. But to give you an indication, for hotels, if it's just the usual package, you also have to see that you get a good price from the hotel already. And that's where the game starts already. Because if they don't give you a good contract rate, you're already out of the game before it started. So you have to make sure that you get the best rates from your supplier as well, not only from the hotel, also from the transportation company and so on. So it's not that easy. But then you add around, depending also on the client. So not only on the tour operator. So if it's a tour operator, if it's a big tour operator, or is it a small tour operator? If it's a big tour operator, you lower your markup. If it's maybe, let's say, you can make it maybe sometimes 10%, 12% you can add. If it's a smaller tour operator, you can maybe add 15% or 16%, something like that.
If it's Swiss and German, I mean,
30%.
But that's just.
It's also important.
I think that's important. I mean, that's what as far as I know, it is also depending on where the clientele is coming from. So you have a different markup for Chinese than for Swiss.
Exactly, and that's what also exactly you have a different markup for China. For example, if you want to attract Chinese, or if you want to attract Indian clients, it's very different. Usually, very often you don't put any markup at all. You make no money. You make no money on the tour. You sell it at cost. You get your money with the commissions when you sell it to the shops, and they know that. But you cannot do that with clients, let's say from Switzerland or Germany. They will get upset. Why am I in that weaving shop again? And why should I this third weaving shop this morning? They will get upset. They will smell something and they know it immediately. So you stay away from that. You don't do that. And then you have to add a markup. But if you add a markup on the Chinese or the Indians, you're out of the business before it starts, because they calculate so low. Even the Chinese, sometimes the Chinese guides, they pay the tour operator to be on the trip.
Not in Turkey.
Not in Turkey?
Because we have so less Chinese guys.
Yeah, okay. So that Russian market is like that as well. With the Russian market in Thailand, what we did, they go to the Indians first of all. When you see them at the airport in Thailand, they all have a flat screen television. They all buy a flat screen television. So you send them to these shops, and we get a commission on that. The Russians, they buy mattresses. Mattress. You cannot imagine. They buy mattress in Thailand. So, what's that?
They bring it back in the plane.
They bring it back in the plane. They bring a mattress back in the plane. It's no joke. So you make a deal with a mattress shop in Pattaya, and they got 50% commission on that. 50% commission, but the mattress is still cheaper than if they would buy it in Russia. So you don't put any markup on the product, but you get the money with the mattresses. It's useful. Ridiculous, huh? So, but in Laos we cannot do that. In Laos it doesn't work, because in Laos we don't have this kind of clients. They will not come, they will not go and visit. I mean, we have almost zero clients from Russia, for example, coming to Laos. It's not the market for them, it's not interesting. So our source market is different, and we always add a markup. And the markup really depends, again, on where they're coming from. Is it a tour operator, or is it end clients? Then it depends on is it a big one, a big tour operator, or is it a small tour operator? It depends on the season as well. And then one more thing, is it like a simple package? Is it like a package you can sell all the time, so it's less work? Or is it like really something like this, where you really have to put extra effort, and it's like a little bit more itemized, and you have to put more attention? then sometimes you put at least 20% markup, otherwise it doesn't work for you. Because the work is just too much and you will not make money otherwise. Okay? So there's no single answer to the pricing. So you have to really study your source market. Again, it's the same like I said in the morning, and get the best prices from your suppliers for this kind of exercise. And then try to you also have to know what the competition is paying, of course. But you should not play the game of undercutting the prices, and I mean, that's really stupid. Because sometimes we have competitors who do that. They do it for 1 year. Okay, they get the business because our business is so price driven. And then the next year they will have to increase the rates again, and then they will lose the business again, and you just make yourself a bad name. So you should always calculate a profit. There has to be always a profit in the business for you. And the profit has to cover your expenses as well, your time, your effort, office rental, staff rental, computers, and so on and so on. Okay? Explain more or less?
More questions on this?
Do you include insurance for your guides? Do you include insurance for your guides in the field?
You mean health insurance, for example?
Or accident?
For us, most of our guides are freelance guides, so they have to cover that themselves. That's even in Europe like that. When I was some time ago, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was studying and then I worked as a guide, I had to cover my insurance myself. It's not fair, but that's how it works. Then we have a couple of permanent guides who just work for us the full year. They have health insurance.
But then how do you build into this package, for example, the fixed cost you have, like the salaries, the insurance, anything else?
This you cannot put in each price. You just have to calculate your markup and that has to cover it in the end.
Okay, so the markup is to cover also the fixed.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
That's why you need a financial planning.
That's why you need a financial planning. Very good. Thank you.
No one-
Right, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Do we pass on to the next one then?
Yeah. Okay, next exercise. Could you play the video? So the next exercise you see is how much you would charge per night for this product coming up now. This is what we have in the south of Laos.
The stars high above, part of the sky. Now I drift to you, I dream of a river, of water so blue, wish I could live. Wish you wish you like the air that I breathe, you'll always be. The wings that I need when I wanna fly. Now I dream of a river of water so blue. Wish I could live. Wish you were real. Wish you were real. I race to the shore, heart of the ocean. The stars high above, heart of the sky. Now I drift to you, I dream of a river of water so blue. Wish I could live there. Wish you were real. 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 Wish you were real.
Okay, so you want to come to visit me now in Laos?
During the next meeting.
So this is like a treetop explorer. It's and the rooms are on the trees, so you sleep really inside on the trees, like a treetop house. So we give the next exercise. Did they have it on? So now, I mean, this was also very difficult for me because how do you determine the price for this product? It's really not an easy one. So the guys who are running it, we work with them together, and they're also a little bit shareholders in our company in Laos. So I asked them how much does it cost? How much does it cost the whole thing? They would not tell me all the details, so I have to make it up a little bit. And we just try to find out the price. What could be the price for this product? So first of all, what we try to find is the cost. What is the cost for this product? Okay? So just read quickly through it, and then we try to answer the questions. mean, you don't have to come up with a magical number, okay? Sorry, listen 1 second. You don't have to come up with a magical number. It's really just about how would you do it, what are the steps to get your course, okay?